Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Look at what we got on the trailer. Yeah, it wasn't easy. We had to drag it out of the barn. I was hoping I could load it in the barn, but the angle was too high. So we got her down here on the ground. That was a fun ride. You guys would have enjoyed watching that one. But we had our hands full trying to get it out, and shooting video wasn't on the agenda. Hey guys, well, guess what? We got it off the truck last night before the rain came in. So it's like I said, I told you guys it'd be a second. For us, it's been like a day. But it is off. It is here. It is next to the garage, so we can actually work on it. And I've already got into it a little bit. So I drained that pan of oil, which I'm pretty sure is more than 5.5 quarts. And there's another pan down there with about another 5.5 quarts in it. So, yeah. I got the oil filter out. It doesn't look too grungy in there. Here's the oil filter that was in it. It's ACPF 814, which cross-references with a Napa Gold 1156. So hopefully, I ordered one of those. It was supposed to come in today, this afternoon. We'll see if it does or not. And we'll get into that. I think the next step is I want to get into the water system, because it is pretty gross. If you followed my other videos, it's right full of chipmunk stuff. So I think what we're going to do is see if we can get this cap off. I got it off there once. We'll get a new cap for it. And let's get that hose off if we can. And see how much chipmunk mouse poop is laying on top of the head. Hopefully it had a thermostat in it, which blocked most of the crap from going through. I have not pulled the drain. The drain, I believe, is through the bars right there, I think. So you want to try it? Just maybe I should get a pan. Oh, actually, you know, no, do I have a bucket? I got something. Hey, I'll be right back. Let me go find something. Okay. Look at that. And it's even kind of green. Not real green, but sort of green. That's a good sign. Brown. Well, we'll keep that right in there. That's a good sign. But up here is not a good sign. So let's get this hose off, and then we'll get the bottom hose off, and we'll flush this radiator. We'll have to drain it, flush this radiator out before we get into it too far. But I don't want to suck any chipmunk poop through the system here. Okay, let's get this hose off. See how much debris. It looks like it's up above the hose, so it looks like it's pretty full. Ugh, that's kind of tight. Oh, look at all the, you guys see all the crap coming out of it already? See if we can jack her up a little more. Ooh, neck. Looks like she might have gave up. Right full. Look at that. Mouse nest. Everything. Hopefully that stayed out of the motor. That's the goal. Definitely This has been cracked for a long time. Nothing I just did. Okay. So, kick some of that stuff out of there. Let's get some penetrating oil on it. I'm going to have to pull the water inlet off. Get this hose out of here if we can. Go get some spray on it, because you're a little rusty. Okay, well, we got a ratchet. We let it set for a little bit. Oh, yeah, that one come out good. That's nice. This other one is going to be a real pain in the butt to get to, because it's buried down on the inside. I don't know if I can get to it, maybe from the other side. Of course, it's too thick. Let me go get a regular. Okay, we got it loose. Believe it or not. Okay, I'm gonna go get the air hose. Ooh. You know what I'm going to do too? I'm going to fill them plug indents with some juice too, because you know we're going to have to pull those plugs at some point. So that's cleaned off there pretty well. The hose is loosened up. Let's give her a little tap tap. See if we can get her to come loose. Still washers. I couldn't even see the washers. There was so much crud down in there. Oh, she's going right in there. That's never good. No thermostat. I was hoping. Unless it's buried in there, but I don't see it. That's not good. No, there's nothing in there. Shit. Well, I think I'm going to have to go with, I don't want to blow it in, I want to suck it out. So let's see if we can get the vacuum cleaner out here and see if we can suck it out of there. I don't really want to pull the head off. So if I can suck it out of the orifices instead of poking it in with the blower. liquid coming up. Okay, so after some vacuuming, I've even sucked some liquid up out of here, and it's green. So that's a good sign, right? It's only been in there for 40 years, but it's not super rusty in there. So I think I got most of the crud out of it. That's a good thing. So now we'll switch our attention to the radiator here and see if we can get the crud out of that without maybe pulling it apart. Would be sweet. Maybe we'll try the old vacuum cleaner down its throat, see what that does. Okay guys, we're going to flush this from the bottom down. Hopefully all the chipmunk crap comes out. So, tip it over. Oh, that's already pretty gross looking. Let's see what we can get out of it here. Out comes a lot of crud. Just going to run it till it runs pretty clear. Let it fill up good. Hey guys, well, been a couple days, day and a half maybe, since we worked on the old forky lift. But anyway, I was going to give you guys a heads up and let you know what's happening with it. Basically, I was able to track down an oil filter. That took me 2 days. The first part number of the oil filter I took out of it wasn't the correct part number, so I had to cross-reference that part number and get a part number that does exist. And of course, when I got it, it didn't actually fit. So back to the drawing board. I was able to download the manual, believe it or not. Cost me 15 bucks or 12 euros. Downloaded it online from some dude in France. Had the technical manual for a World War II vintage forklift. So very good book, 385 pages, so a lot of information. And in that book I found the part number for the oil filter being a Fram C4, which then cross-referenced to a 1006, I think, Napa. So I've got that filter, and I installed that, and I dumped 5.5 quarts of oil in it, and then I decided I would change some radiator hoses because those were kind of roached. So here's a radiator hose. Then I decided, you know what, before I do all this crazy stuff, I should probably try to find out if this stupid thing actually rotates farther than, you know, than just a little squeak that I turned it when I got it. So I did, and it rolled over, and it rolled over, and it rolled over, and then it stopped. So what was broke? Well, to be honest with you, nothing was broke. It was just rusty, of course, you know, because, well, you know, she is the rusty, crusty forklift. So if you guys take a look in the cylinders here, the cylinders are very nice, very clean. But if you look carefully, that valve right there gave me some issues. I had a bunch of stuck valves, and that's no big deal. These things are giant lawnmowers, so you know, you spin it over. I had the electric start cranking on it, and the valve comes up and it sticks, and you spray some juice on it, and then you smack it with a hammer and it goes down, and then you repeat, recycle, redo 100,000 times, and finally you get all the valves working. So these exhaust valves, a couple of them were sticking, and I fixed them. got down to this last one right here, and it was sticking. It was sticking pretty good. So I ended up kind of tapping it on it a little bit, and you know, no big deal, just like I did all the rest of them. Well, my fault. I must have hit the corner of the valve. When it was up, I didn't smack it dead center, and you know, the valves are pretty fragile. And I snapped the head of the valve off. That was some vulgarity was said. Let's put it that way. So anyway, I can get a valve for it. It's 14 bucks. Gen Sales or something like that, or Ag Kits, or one of the tractor suppliers out there. They have it labeled, you know, as that valve. I want to just measure it and make sure that it's the correct. It was 1.2 something. So about 1.25 inches on that valve. So let's measure this one. Yeah, 1.2. It's just a hair less than 1.25 inches. So it's definitely. So that valve will work. So we'll get that ordered up. But in the meantime, we probably got to yank some stuff off to get to the side tappet cover so we can get the pin out of that and get that valve yanked out of there. The valve's got to come up out of the hole. You don't want it to go down because it's tapered odd on that side, I believe. On the top it'll have a weird kind of cut in it or whatever, or it shapes up, gets a little fatter as it, you know, goes up towards the mushroom, you know. So anyway, it's got to come out that way, but a pair of vice grips, Neil knows vice grips or something on there, I think I can get a hold of it. And it was starting to work before I broke it. It just pisses you off. So anyway, let's figure this out. I don't really want to take the manifold off, but then again, I may have to. I am pretty stoked about the cylinders though. Those look sweet. If the rings are any good, and I mean, and they're all wet. There's no rust on them or nothing. They all look good, so I think the rings would be okay. And but anyway, let's see what we can figure out. Okay guys, well, we got the old broken valve in problem here, and I tried using a pair of needle nose vice grips to get a hold of it, and that didn't work. So we're going to try what we do to get rid of a bolt. And being that this actually moves up and down, though tight it is, it should actually maybe work. So I got a couple different size nuts here. I think I got a 3/8 and a 5/16. And what I'm going to try to do is, maybe even using these, drop that down on there and see if we can get a I think that might be the one to use. I want to keep it as small as possible because we need to be able to get onto it. Yeah, that actually holds it pretty good. Right on top of the shaft. I think that's our choice. I'll show you what we got here. So you guys see? Nut sitting right on top of the stem of the valve. We're going to reach in there with the welder. I'm also, I think, going to put a little tin foil around that valve seal because I don't want to get splatter on it because I think the valve seal is fine. And I'm going to wire brush all the valves anyway, get underneath them, clean them, get all the carbon and gook out from under them and do all that. So let me go get some tin foil out of the house. Okay guys, I'm not being able to get too much heat on it because I can't get in there. Now, tried to goober it up in there pretty good. And then I have a plan second plan here of attack. Where'd it go? Yeah, here it is. We're going to stick this on top of that. The nut didn't stick. I'm getting a lot of popping with this. Oh, my speed might be a little off. Well, that one didn't work. Let's try it again. Get rid of that one. The tin foil is kind of annoying me. So, let's get another nut. I got a bigger one. I think that might even be worse. Maybe I can get down in there with it. I can't get the tips. Actually, that might be better because then it's hitting it. Okay. Not pretty, but maybe. I don't know what's going on. You know what it is? I'm not hot. I'm not up on my highest setting. Still moving around. Okay. Pretty crooked. Not the best I've ever done, but maybe we can work it up out of there. If it breaks off, well, it breaks off and we'll go to plan 29, I think. Let it cool a little bit. Hoping I could do is get a claw hammer under it. No, frigger. Son of a bitch. Stay on there. Oh, son of a gun. I have a feeling this nut will probably just pop right off. Can't get on it. We got to weld something to it. That's all there is to it. Somehow. Not sure how. Biatch. Well, that's sort of kind of working. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. It's out. Hopefully we caught that on video. Oh, I can't believe that worked. Oh, it's ugly, but it worked. It's out. Yes, yes. Well, what's in the blue box cooking over here, making all kinds of weird noises? Well, I want to thank everybody for coming along and watching us get that valve out of there. And I will be back probably in about a week or so when we get the new valve. And then we got to fish the new valve down in there. So again, thanks everybody for watching, subscribing, and commenting. And we'll see you, on the next one.